Hey guys, today we're going to go out and take a dovetailed trailer and we're going to turn it into a flatbed. It's not kind of how the project started out. I was going to repair the dovetail and then I just got carried away. I thought the flatbed would make it just more usable for stuff that I do. So let's go outside and get rolling on that.
All right, the guys that put this together, they put these bolts in here and then they welded them. So we're just gonna cut this guy off. All right, so I changed the plan here. I'm gonna cut all these supports out, and I'm gonna take the dovetail off, and I'm gonna extend the frame and make this a flatbed. And then these edges, I'm gonna just put a slice down here and then bend these up. And then we're gonna just have a flat deck. All right, I set up this mason line right here on the corner. This is the front corner, and then it runs all the way back. And so there's a little funny business in here, and then it goes back up. But I'm tempted just to leave it like that, because the funny business actually starts like before this pivot right here. This part right here looks like it's a little tweaked, so I'm just gonna call that close enough. And okay, now I'm gonna go check the other side. All right, here's what I came up with. So I'm gonna make a C channel out of 2 angle irons, and then I just have this guy clamped into place along this frame rail right here. And I have it clamped up there so it's nice and flat. All right, here's where we're at. We've got the extensions out here, and so this is just how long these pieces were. And so I measured off that piece of steel right there, and here's our mark right here. So we're gonna cut both of these tails down right here to get them to match up to where the back of the trailer is going to be. So we're just gonna give these guys a quick cut. So when I'm lining up this blade, you can see this little notch here, and you can see my white line right here. And then back here, it's the same thing. There's a little notch and my white line's in there. And so then I just line that up, and that's where I want to cut. I want to take that line. All right, so I decided what we're gonna do. So we've got this guy that's not quite long enough, and so we want to have this piece really strong. So we're going to put this one in just like this, and then we're gonna weld some extensions on for the edges. And then when we put another bottom piece across here, we're gonna have the seam in the middle, and then we're going to weld a plate right in the middle between these two, so it'll all make it one piece. So it'll, you know, kind of split the difference of the different stresses. So I think that's a good option. So this guy's out a little too far. So after I weld this piece in, I'm just gonna like bang this guy in a little bit. So that's why we came up a little short over here. So I'll probably come back here later and weld something that comes back like this way, just to support this a little bit more. And this is gonna get tightened up by another piece coming this way, and then we'll weld something on the back side just to stiffen everything up. So we got one of these guys in. So next time I'm going to cut the other piece for in here. But it sounds like there's a severe thunderstorm warning coming in. I know it's clear now, but I hear some thunder already, so this might be short. All right, now we're gonna put this guy in. So I just measured from here to here. Well, I measured the whole distance from the outside to the outside on the other side, and it was 80. And so there's 4 sections really, so then I just put 20s right here. I did the same on the far side right there. So now we're just gonna clamp this into place. All right, now we're just going to make this back piece. So, you know, I only have a limited amount of steel, so so I'm gonna put the brake in the middle over here. So I cut 2 pieces, and the brake will be in the center. Okay, I cut one of those pieces wrong. I have to cut another piece. Okay, I just cut another piece, so let's see how this goes. All right, that looks way better. So we're gonna clamp this piece in the back just to square that thing up. So So now we're gonna put this last guy in. We're just gonna set this guy up. So I already cut this to length. So we're just trying to get this about in the middle and get these guys flat. So just with my finger, that feels pretty good. I don't want to rub it too much because this stuff is kind of sharp right now. All right, now we'll go get the welder and we'll buzz this stuff in. All right, we just want to get this corner to the right height. And so this is on the same plane as the deck right here. This thing looks wonky, but it's actually pretty straight. It's a little funny this way, but it's pretty straight. So I'm just gonna get this to the right height like this and move this over and just tack it into place and then weld it. All right, so this is as far as I got today, and it's just starting to rain, so I'm packing everything in. So this worked out really well. This was from the part that I chopped off, and this is some really heavy C channel. So I just chopped it up into sections, and then I seamed it where these supports are, and then I'm gonna weld it all together. And then this is the same thing. I know this looks really beat up, but this is really thick stuff, so I'm gonna clean this up. And this is going to be the spacer right here for the wood decking to go on. And then there's on the dovetail they had one more, so I need to find one more piece of steel that's between like an inch and a half thick, that's really heavy, that can take that kind of weight. And then it'll be looking good and I can get some wood up there. All right, well, here's where we're at. I think this is mostly how it's gonna sit. We're gonna put these cross guys in. Those aren't welded in yet. This isn't welded on. This is gonna go right here. I just wanted to put some primer on the back over here before I put the lights on top of these guys. I have to use this in a couple days to pick some long stuff up. So I just want to get some primer on this back stuff, and then I'll worry about the rest of it later. All right, guys, I got these inexpensive lights off of Amazon. Just gonna pop these up here. If they break, I'll just replace them later. I just want to get this thing moving. All right, well, this is gonna be the first time I use the trailer, and we got this guy set up pretty decent. So I hook these things up backwards just so I only have to have one set of chains, and I put these guys on here on both sides, and got the new tires on there. And this is how this cross thing came out here, and we're going to be putting some long pieces of steel on here. So I just put this as a spacer so that the height would be right over here. So it's looking pretty good right now. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's the first time I've used it, so I'm a little nervous, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously not done working on it yet, but you know, gotta need some new decking and stuff, but we're in a good spot right now, I think. So there's no machine here, guys. I've been just unloading this by hand. I'm trying to have gravity help me with kind of a hill right here.
Well, I think that was overall successful. That thing still needs a lot more work, and that was a way bigger project than I expected. That took a long time. That was really time consuming, and I don't know if I'd do that again. I might just go out and buy a nicer trailer. So, but I don't know. There it is, and I'm kind of committed at this point, and so it's looking in good shape. I like it, and I'm gonna clean up the deck some more, and then clean up all the steel and stuff, and make it look nice with some paint. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.